What if I told you that saving too much money could actually ruin your life? What if everything you believed about working hard, stashing cash, and waiting for retirement was upside down? Today, we're diving into a book that might just blow up your entire mindset about money, time, and what it really means to live fully. This is Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might be rethinking your entire life plan. Let's get into it. Bill Perkins isn't your typical finance guy. He's not a Wall Street banker telling you to cut lattes or open another IRA. He's a hedge fund manager and high-stakes poker player who made millions and then started noticing something strange. His wealthier friends? Many of them were still working insane hours, stockpiling money they'd never live long enough to spend. And his less wealthy friends? Some of them were sacrificing their best years, grinding it out for a retirement that was decades away. Bill saw a problem, a huge one. People weren't just managing money poorly. They were managing their lives poorly. And that's where Die with Zero comes in. This book is more than financial advice. It's a call to arms, a wake-up slap. It's about optimizing your life for memories, not money. For experiences, not just savings. And for joy, not just security. The core idea? Use your money to buy the richest life possible and aim to die with $0 left. Sounds reckless? Let me explain. Bill breaks the book down into 9 powerful rules. But before we hit those, let me ask you this. If you died tomorrow, would you regret not spending more money on experiences? Would you wish you'd worked less and lived more? If yes, keep watching. Let's talk about the first core principle: maximize your life experiences. Perkins says we often delay joy, saving our best experiences for someday. But someday might never come. He introduces a concept called the time bucket. Picture this: you draw a timeline from your current age to maybe 90 or 100. Then you break it into 10-year buckets, 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on. In each bucket, you list the kinds of experiences you want to have during that decade, before your health or energy fades. Want to backpack across Europe? Maybe that belongs in your 20s or 30s bucket. Want to go on safari with your kids? Put it in your 40s or 50s. The goal is to match your dreams to your reality physically, emotionally, and financially. Here's a story from the book that hits hard. Bill once offered a vacation to a friend free of charge, everything paid for. But the friend turned him down, saying he didn't feel he had earned it yet. He wanted to wait until he'd worked longer, saved more. Bill was stunned. He thought, why wait? The experience is here. The time is right. But most of us are conditioned to delay joy, and we end up never getting around to the things we say we'll do. That leads to rule number 2. Start investing in experiences early. Bill shows how experiences have compound interest, not in dollars and memories. If you go scuba diving at 25, you'll not only have the thrill of doing it, you'll also carry that story with you for the rest of your life. It becomes part of your identity, versus doing it at 70 when maybe you're too tired or too scared to even try. Perkins shares a painful anecdote here. He had a friend who always dreamed of running with the bulls in Pamplona. He worked hard his whole life, saved, planned, but when the time came, his body wasn't strong enough. He had waited too long. His bucket was full, but his legs were weak. That's the message. Don't let your best energy years go to waste. Now, let's hit rule number 3, aim to die with zero. This is the heart of the book. Most people aim to save as much as possible for retirement. But Bill argues that hoarding money means hoarding life. He says money is stored potential energy, and if you never use it, you never unlock the life it could have powered. Think about that. Imagine having a battery that's always full, but you never turn it on. That's what most people do with their money. Bill even says, and this is wild, leaving too much money to your kids is a waste. That's rule number 4. Give money to your kids when they need it, not when you die. He explains with data that the average inheritance happens when recipients are in their 50s or 60s. By then, they don't need it as much. They've already made their choices, their mistakes, their lives. Instead, Bill recommends giving your kids or causes you care about. Money when it can still shape their lives, like helping with student loans, a first home, starting a business. And get this, he even hired a company to estimate how much longer he'll live. He uses that data to plan his money down to zero. To some, that's terrifying. To others, it's liberating. Now, rule number 5, don't live your life on autopilot. We're all creatures of habit, but Bill challenges us to ask, are you actually choosing your life? Or are you just flowing along, waiting for the next weekend, the next promotion, the next vacation? He tells a story of a man who worked the same job for 35 years. He had a dream of starting a vineyard, but every year he postponed. Then, one year, cancer. He never planted a single grape. Bill says, don't put off your vineyard. You may never get the chance. Next comes rule number 6, spend on experiences, not stuff. This one is powerful. Bill shares research showing that people consistently rate experiences as more fulfilling than material things. Why? Because experiences grow in value over time. You can relive them, retell them, revisit them emotionally. But that new car? It's exciting for about a week. Then it's just your car. Perkins even says, and this is fascinating, that some people suffer from memory debt. They've lived so safely, so routinely, that they don't remember much of their own lives. Their years blur together because nothing stands out. That hit me hard. What's the point of a long life if you can't remember most of it? So Bill suggests creating memory dividends. Moments so vivid, so meaningful, that they keep paying emotional interest forever. Like the time he took his mom on a cruise she never thought she'd experience. Or flying friends to Vegas for a weekend they still talk about 10 years later. That's a return on investment no stock can beat. Now, rule number 7, think of your life in seasons. There's a season to hustle. There's a season to explore. There's a season to rest. The danger is trying to cram all seasons into one or worse, waiting for the perfect time. Spoiler: there is no perfect time. Bill says live each season to the fullest. Don't ski at 70 if you can ski at 30. Don't party at 20 like you're 50. Use the energy and resources of each life stage strategically. Rule number 8, know your peak net worth and spend down from there. This one's radical. Bill says you should aim to hit your highest net worth at a specific age. Maybe 50 or 60 and then decline from there. That's right, go downhill on purpose. Because after a certain point, accumulating more wealth adds no value to your life. And finally, rule number 9, plan your life, not just your finances. Perkins urges readers to treat life like a project. Track your goals. Measure your experiences. Use data to guide your decisions. Not to control life, but to unlock it. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. If you had 10 years left to live, how would you spend your money? Who would you travel with? What would you stop putting off? Leave a comment below, I want to hear it. And if this video sparked something in you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that life is happening right now. Not someday, now. Hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. I'll leave you with this. You can earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Use it wisely, die with 0, and live with everything. Let that sink in.